Being accountable is being open to what you are bringing on the table and to the people that you would want to serve. And so sustainability, in a simple way, is just when I come back 5 years, I find the project better than the way I left it. Doesn't mean that it will never break down, doesn't mean there will be no operation and maintenance part of it, but what it means that it broke down, they made it, they repaired, and they are moving on by themselves. I would call it sustainability in a very simple way. And so how accountability comes in, as I said earlier on, is involving the community in the process. Right from day one, when you are coming in, you are coming in to partner with the people. So let that partnership be the right partnership without any other cards being put under the table. Be open to them. Let them know the budget. Let them know the outcomes of the project. Let them be part of the process. Let them also tell you what is within the village. Most of the time we say that the village, there is no knowledge. I want to tell you there is a lot of knowledge in the village. To be accountable is to involve them and to make sure they are part of each and every work that we are doing.
Evidence, of course, we can say that evidence, a lot of evidence that we use in our sector comes from research, generation of knowledge of the activities that we do and implement. But one of the barriers or the problems that I have seen with experience in the sector is at the design stage, when you're designing how to gather this evidence that we need. For instance, say maybe there's a violation in people getting access to water. Then you need to gather evidence to show that this is actually a felt problem and is a problem that needs to be addressed. But then the design of those studies or the evidence gathering mechanism, how is it done? Do we involve all the people that are supposed to be involved? For instance, the community.
So some of the challenges we face is that evidence is fragmented. There are many players doing different things, doing research around different developmental issues, around WASH, but then this is not put together, so then it makes organizing for action and decision making to be difficult to tackle the different issues. We also find that in some instances there's also exclusion, so relevant groups of people are left out in the agenda, and then this leads to barriers when it comes to organizing for action. It comes in to help with coordination, given that the House envisions different players coming together will enable us to unite around a specific agenda that will then help to drive or give members a direction in terms of communicating or even disseminating some of this evidence, and then working towards identifying avenues or means within which relevant action can be taken for decision making and to change the lives of the different people that we want to work with. There's also an aspect of capacity development that I consider to be an element that can really be leveraged on, because if you look at the different players and different sectors that we are bringing in the house, then it will help us to also have in-house capacity to see how to harness and harvest this particular evidence for action. And then we also have the aspect of communication on the same. So then we are looking at consolidation and coordination and inclusion of efforts to drive the agenda.
Talking about accountability within the water sector, this is one thing that I can say that has really put us behind, because since 1963 a lot of resources have come into this sector and a lot of donors have donated money towards water and sanitation in Kenya. But now, when we go back to the ground, I wonder what we will see. And we will put this all, just as we've been saying the whole week, that the crisis in the water sector is a governance crisis. And once we start speaking about accountability, then we are speaking about governance issues within the water sector itself. And so accountability would bring about us to be open to what we are doing, to be targeted in what we are doing. The people we are serving, we will give them the information. They will be empowered. The people we are serving, they will know the budgets that we are working with. And as we do this, they will be part and parcel of this. So the real meaningful participation is going to be part of this. And once we do this, then we will be accountable to our communities, even as we are moving forward. They will embrace us. Why? Because we've been open to them. They know exactly what we are saying, and they know exactly where we are going, and they are part of the process. Being accountable is to make sure that the community is part of the process.
Now, talking about accountability, transparency, and integrity in water, these are very important issues to us, and actually these are some of the things that we have been doing in the sector. But then the question is, how do we improve this aspect as far as management of water services? This water, sanitation, water resources management, sanitation and hygiene is concerned.
Transparency. That is again being very open. You know, if I am transparent as somebody is coming in with a project, I will put my books down, and they will also come through and show me what they have. And step by step we will be together. We will discuss things together. We will do everything together. They will do their plans, and as they do their plans, we will follow their plans. That is how transparency comes in. There is nobody who is going to say that we have drilled 20 meters and yet we drilled 10. They are part of the process. Everything, they are part of the process. And when they are part of the process, then transparency has come in. And when transparency is there, you get praise for the project, and you get participation for the project, because the community feels it is part and parcel of what is happening. What is the result? They own it. And once they own it, then the issues of sustainability come in place. Once there is a problem, they will run to fix it. If they cannot fix it, they will look for somebody who can be able to fix it for them using their own resources. And that is what we call transparency within a project.